or say some co-curricular activity, or say some project way, or say some art and craft with the help of art and craft or anything. So the teacher should have a proper research of the subject, that her subject, whatever she is going to teach, what are the different way where she can bring the innovation into it, means what all new things she can adopt to make her subject very much interesting. Then comes democratic outlook of life. First of all, I would like to discuss that what do we mean by here democratic. Democratic means free, that is the freedom. Okay, so freedom here means, when we talk about this, when we relate this word democratic, freedom and teacher, this means what? This means the teacher should be free, she should be or he should be free from all the stress. The teacher should be free to introduce anything new in the class. Teacher should be given this much privilege that teacher can take the class in the way he or she wants, under the limitation, after taking the permission from the headmaster or say from the principal. And then he should have a democratic outlook of life, means he should take everything positive in his life. He should be free to discuss anything. He should have no any other opinion in the mind, say criticizing student or demoralizing student, or even having discrimination among boys and girls, discrimination on the basis of sex, religion, and discrimination on the basis of creed. So means here the teacher should have a very democratic outlook towards the life, that teacher is free. For teacher everyone is equal, whether a child comes from a rich family or whether the child is from a poor family, middle class family, average family, or whether a child is from any other community, whatever and from where the child is, the teacher aim is to just teach. And the teacher should give, it should not be one way communication, that the teacher is in the class, just she is teaching and she is finishing her lecture and she is not taking any opinion, suggestions from the students. So the teacher should she should adopt a wide angle, that she is giving the chance to the student to speak. The student should also get a chance, that where they are interacting with the teacher should be always open up for the suggestions. She should take feedback of the student. She should take even the negative and positive feedback of the student. After this, we read that the teacher should always have a mastery of subject matter, that is the command over her subject. For example, if the teacher is qualified, she has a degree of MSc, MEd or BEd, and the teacher is eligible to teach mathematics and science, but the teacher is not having the mastery over her subject, means she can read, she can understand the subject well, but she is unable to give it to the student. She is unable to go down to the level of student, or she is unable to interact properly with the student, or she is sometimes confused with her own concepts, or whenever teacher is teaching, she herself is not knowing the correct answer. So all these things are the negative things among the student, which professionally, which leads to it is a drawback among the teacher. Means the teacher should have a proper knowledge of her subject. She should have command over her language, or she should have proper knowledge, whenever she should be well prepared whenever she enter in the classroom. जो भी डिलीवर करना है, जो भी पढ़ाना है, उसकी एक्यूरेसी होनी चाहिए. शी शुड नो कि मैं कहाँ गलत हूँ, कहाँ सही हूँ. इफ़ इट इज़ रॉन्ग, शी शुड इम्प्रूव इट. अगर लगता है कि नहीं, मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, या आई एम अनेबल टू टीच समथिंग, देन शी शुड बी फ्री टू आस्क, ओके, एंड शी शुड एक्सेप्ट इट. द बेस्ट थिंग इज that this quality can help the teacher to develop or to progress in future. After that comes techniques of teaching. Teacher, when the teacher is professionally trained, they are trained so many different types of technology to teach the chapter. In this, the teacher is sometime dramatizing the chapter. Dramatizing the chapter means कोई भी पाठ है, या कोई काव्य है, या कोई साइंस का कोई टॉपिक है, या मैथमेटिक्स का कोई टॉपिक है, तो उसको एक ड्रामेटाइजेशन रूप में, यानी कि क्लास के अंदर नाट्य रूपांतर के रूप में वो टीचर उसे पढ़ा सकती हैं. तो इस तरह का अगर ऐसे कई टेक्निक्स आती हैं टीचिंग में, दैट कैन बी अ टीचर कैन गिव सम क्विज कंडक्ट, शी कैन कंडक्ट सम क्विज और रिसर्च और से सम डिबेट और से एक्सप्लेनेशन स्किल के थ्रू और से प्रॉबिंग द क्वेश्चन स्किल के थ्रू और से ब्लैक बोर्ड स्किल के थ्रू. सो टीचर शुड हैव अ टेक्निक दैट हाउ शी इज टीचिंग her students in a very proper way. Then we say that teachers should always have interest in co-curricular activity. It should not be like this that the teacher is qualified, teacher is taking the class, but teacher is not at all interested in any of the co-curricular activity. You know what is co-curricular activity? Co-curricular activity means other than only study, if let it be sports or let it be drawing, art and craft, music, dance, drama, any other thing. So teacher should show her keen interest in this co-curricular activity. This will motivate her student. क्योंकि जो स्टूडेंट हैं यदि वो देखते हैं कि हमारी टीचर हमसे ज़्यादा कोकुलर एक्टिविटी में इंटरेस्टेड है, तो द चाइल्ड विल ऑटोमेटिकली take part in it. The child will automatically the child will love to be a part of it. So that is what we say, that a teacher should have interest in the co-curricular activity which is there in the school. This will encourage the student to participate more and more. Then the teacher should be always ready for self-analysis. Self-analysis means after the class she should think कि whether my lecture was up to the mark, whether whatever I have taught is enough for the student, or I need to introduce many more things. इसका मतलब ये है कि टीचर को ये समझना चाहिए अपने आप से कि जो मैंने पढ़ाया या आज मैंने जो क्लास ली वो क्या काफ़ी है या मुझे उसमें और कुछ चेंजेस करने चाहिए, क्या मैंने सही पढ़ाया या मैंने गलत पढ़ाया. Means she should self-analyze herself that where she or he stands. Okay, this will help them to improve in future. Then this is the most important thing which a teacher should follow, that is the punctuality. The punctuality makes the teacher perfect in her or his work. Why I say this? Because if the teacher is punctual, first of all she'll never miss her any of the class, and if the class is in continuity, okay, and the class is on time, okay, the student will cultivate first thing that how to manage the time and how to be punctual. Punctuality leads to the regular functioning of the school. So this is what we say, that teacher should be very much punctual in his work. Whenever there is a time of submission of papers, assignments, or taking class, correction of notebook, or coming to class, regular attendance, everything will come under this punctuality. The next quality which a teacher should have is the respecting the individuality of a child. Teacher should not consider that the child is, child will never understand what is good or what is bad. Sometimes the teacher, what they do, they don't pay much attention to their age. They think, okay, they are just children. But the teacher should consider that every child has its self-respect, whether it's a child of pre-primary, kindergarten child, or a child of 12, or a student of 12th standard or 10th standard. Every child has its self-respect. So the teacher should understand that every child has an individuality. उसकी अपनी एक रचना, उसकी अपनी एक कला है, उसका अपना ज्ञान है, उसकी अपनी लिमिटेशन है. किसी भी स्टूडेंट को दूसरे स्टूडेंट से कंपेयर करना, एक स्टूडेंट के सामने दूसरे को डिस्करेज करना, and again commenting on the child that you cannot do anything, bas you have this much limitation only, your life is spoiled, you are a burden, this and that. So this type of sarcastic statements or negative statements should not be given by the teacher. Teacher should understand that every child has a different way, every child is different from the other, they are having their own individuality which a teacher should respect. She should have a cooperative attitude. Here the cooperative attitude means the teacher should have, teacher should understand the problems. Teacher should, like whenever she, school or students or principal or headmaster, anyone needs teacher's time, extra time, she should be cooperative enough to give. She should help the colleagues. She should even help the student, after the school hours also, and within the school hours also, and in her free periods also. It should not be like this, their teachers are very restricted only in their classes or only in their period they will teach, and they are not ready for any extra duty. So the teacher should be cooperative. And the teacher should be free from any type of prejudices. Prejudices mean teacher should not have anything in her mind, no discrimination on the basis of caste, sex, religion, say family background, or say if it any teacher son or daughter is studying in the school, or principal son or daughter is studying in the school, or relative children or their own children they are studying in the school, so they are favoring those children, or they are having some soft corner for them. So this should not happen. Teacher should have she should treat all the children equally, and should be free from all this social problems, and whenever she is in the class she should give her 100% to the students. So and the whenever we discuss about the qualities which will help them in at professional level, the last two comes is she should have the preparation for classroom teaching. When we say the teacher enters in the classroom, she should have her lesson planning done. She should know what the topic I am going to teach today, and for that topic if she need anything, any teaching aid is required, she should have that in her hand. Whenever the teacher is entering in the class, if it is a chapter of ss and there is a requirement of map, then map should be carried by the teacher. It should not happen that after entering in the class teacher remembers that he or she has forgot to bring the map, and then they ask the peon to bring, and then 10 to 15 minutes are waste like that. So the teacher has to prepare her lesson thoroughly for micro teaching. This whenever there is a micro teaching sessions are going at B.Ed लेवल, जब हम एक ट्रेनिंग देते हैं B.Ed या M.Ed की, और जहाँ पर हम उन्हें टीचर्स को डिलीवर करना सिखाते हैं टीचिंग लेसन, देयर ओनली वी टीच that the first concern is कि you enter in the classroom, the teacher should have what? The first thing is the teaching aids in her hand, and the teacher should be well prepared for the class. So that is the best quality of a teacher at her professional level. Now comes a true patriot. Teacher should have love for the nation. Whenever the teacher is in the class, she should motivate the children. She should always, she should have love. She should show that to the student that if you love your nation, okay, and that means only you will see only the best things of the nation, and you can think of progressing the nation. If they see any drawback which is there in the country, the student will be prepared for that, then how they can fight with those things. Okay, say communal right is a big problem. So when the teacher is having a true patriotism in her heart, she can teach the student that this should not happen. And when these children they grow into citizens, जब वो बड़े होते हैं, तो these children what they do, this help them out to think, yes, my teacher has taught me कि yes, we should have a spirit of nationalism in us, and then they will be able to contribute in the society for the eradication of these social issues or political problems which a country faces. So teacher should be a true patriot, then she can cultivate the spirit of nationalism in the children. We go back to the third quality of a teacher, that is the quality which is pertaining to personality. Now here it comes that what type of personality a teacher should have. Here personality doesn't mean कि a teacher who is short in height, or a teacher who is dark in color, or teacher who, that personality means only a teacher should have a tall look or like this, or his teacher should wear very expensive clothes or very costly clothes. It should not be like this. Here the personality means the overall development, okay, the presentation of the teacher in the school or in the institution. For that, first of all, we need personal appearance. Personal appearance means whatever the teacher should wear, because teachers are the role model for their student. When they go to the class, the student, they follow the way of dressing and everything they follow. So the teacher is, she is the role model of the student. So the teacher should wear a decent dress, a neat dress. That doesn't mean that it should be expensive cloth or branded cloth. Whatever cloth the teacher wears, it should be neatly pressed, it should be clearly washed, and it should be presentable, okay, which gives a very decent and a sober look to the teacher. In the same way, if it's a lady teacher, then hairs properly combed and properly tied up. All these things are there which a teacher can follow, which teacher can do in the class when she goes in the class. That gives a different meaning to her personality. and that gives a personal appearance to the teacher. When the teacher enters in the classroom, it attracts the student in a positive way. Then comes the teacher should have a sound mind. Sound mind means teacher should not be under dilemma, or the teacher is confused. अपने आप में ही वो खुद confused है what she is going to teach today. Okay, very slow, very lethargic, voice modulation नहीं है, and face के ऊपर some tension is there on the face. Voice में irritation है. When she goes in the class, she is shouting on children for no any other reason. So teacher should have a sound mind. Sound mind means a healthy mind which is free from the tension, a happy face, a smiling face when she enters in the classroom. That should be there. Then voice and pronunciation. Teacher's voice should be like, it should be, the voice doesn't mean that a voice should be very strong and very hard. Here we mean by the voice means voice should be which is audible to the student. Say a student who is sitting at the last bench, okay, a student who is sitting at the first bench. The teacher voice should be clear and it should be audible till the end, without shouting. So the voice should be, it should be not very loud or very soft, but it should reach to the student who is sitting at the last bench. Then the pronunciation, if she is a language teacher, or if she, whatever language subject the teacher is teaching, it should be whatever terms, definition, words the teacher pronounce, it should be correctly pronounced. Why? Because if the teacher speak anything wrong, or if the teacher is pronouncing any word wrong, the child will learn that only. The child will not think whether it's a wrong word, the pronunciation is wrong or right. Child will adopt that word only what the teacher has used in the class. So it is very much required for the teacher that her pronunciation should be correct while delivering her lecture. Fine. Then the teacher should have her own character. Teacher should have a strong character. That is what we say, a man of character. Man of character means in a society and in a school, teacher should have a strong character where the student can where the teacher can give their own examples to the student, and even student